half, led by Kyle Sixter, found the information about consecutive games caught by a catcher that we'll share with you after this at bat from Butler. That's a pitch is high for a ball. Butler calls time. He's back in the box now. Sonny Gray's ready to go. He looks in for location. Here's his delivery. Just missed again. He walked him for the second time, so Butler's on base. We've not seen him run yet. We owe you a station break, and we'll give it to you now on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals Baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
The shortstop, Jacob Wilson, stands in. Wilson has a hit this afternoon. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Open stance from the right side. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. Boy, they do a lot of first pitch swinging. As Wilson stands back in, you have that look on your face.
Yeah, I get this epiphany. I get this it's just revelation.
There's a pitch outside for a ball.
The number just pops into my head. I don't always know when it's coming, and it just happens.
Normally around the 7th inning.
Yeah,
from what I've been able
just
to
about then. The attendance guest today is 22,670 here on Labor Day and on Nikki Glazer Bobblehead Day here at the ballpark. Greg Warren's also here, one of my favorite comedians.
He is one of my favorites.
Comedy everywhere here.
We can laugh ourselves silly here at the ballpark.
We have Brad Thompson here. Those are 3 of my favorite comedians.
That pitch is outside for a ball. And if you've ever spent any quality time with Brad Thompson, you'll know what we're talking about.
Funny dude.
Quick.
Yes.
2 balls, 1 strike. I bet he was a problem in grade school.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Runner going. He pitches, swung on. That's going to land in right center field. And Butler's going to go to third base. Good play by the A's. They don't do a lot of running, but, man, they just did, and it put them in a great position to score another run.
Picked the right spot and a hit and run, and now more trouble afoot here in the top of the 7th inning.
Hey, the annual St. Louis Art Fair runs in Clayton September 5th through the 7th. You can enjoy art from across the nation, as well as music, kids' activities, and culinary treats. You can visit ExploreSt.Louis.com to learn more. That brings in Brett Rooker. Be careful here. Ricky talked about his power and what he's been able to do so far this year. Brett Rooker with 27 home runs. As Sonny Gray is at 81 pitches. The activity has stopped in the Cardinal bullpen, and Rooker hits one in the right center field. That ball is going to be at the wall. It's going to bounce off the wall. 2 runs will score, but now they say it bounces over the wall, so a ground rule double. 1 run scores. Brett Rooker finds himself at second. The Athletics have scored again, and by the way, there's no one out.
Well, the Cardinals had an answer last inning with a run, and it just didn't take long to maintain that deficit as the A's have added on here in the 7th inning. They are a good offensive team. Man, they just are. They score a lot of runs.
Pitching has been a little bit of a problem, and that's just probably more youth than lack of skill. Because I thought Luis Morales was pretty good today. And that brings in Todd Soderstrom. Now time is called.
That means we're going to have a reliever, I would guess.
Well, Fernandez is back up throwing, so they'll give him a chance to get a few pitches under his belt. He had already been up once today. So I'll tell you, the consecutive streak for catchers.
Yeah.
Gentleman by the name of Frankie Hayes. I did not see him play. 302 consecutive games caught with the St. Louis Browns, the Philadelphia Athletics, and Cleveland Indians at the time. And following his streak, which ended on the 5th game of 1946, he caught a no-hitter on April 30th that same year.
How about that?
And he also hit a solo home run that provided the only run for the win of that game.
We knew somebody would know.
Kyle Sixter.
And we found that person.
And we're going to have a pitching change, and this pitching change is brought to you by Missouri Farmers Care, helping feed Cardinal fans across the nation. Join the conversation on Facebook and Instagram. We'll be right back.
Enjoy a true St. Louis Cardinals baseball experience. Book your Grand Slam ticket package today at the luxurious Marriott St. Louis Grand, steps away from Busch Stadium. You'll get 2 Cardinals tickets plus free hotel self-parking, complimentary high-speed internet access, and $20 towards a great pregame or postgame meal at Zinnia Bar and Grill. Grand Slam ticket packages start at $199. Book yours today at MarriottStLouisGrand.com. That's MarriottStLouisGrand.com. Proud hotel partner of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Cardinals fans love cheering on their team, but what's one thing they don't love? When being in pain gets in the way of doing the things they enjoy. That's why Aleve is here for Cards fans to help relieve your pain, so you can focus on what really matters. When minor aches and pains are getting in the way of your life, turn to the longer-lasting pain relief of Aleve, so you can feel your best all day. Each pill has the strength to last up to 12 hours. Try Aleve today.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
Ryan Fernandez is now in relief. He faces Todd Soderstrom. Runners at second and third. Nobody out. The Cardinal infield is in for the play at the plate. They cannot afford to give up another run here. Fernandez's next pitch is a called strike. So quickly, Soderstrom is in the hole. 0-2.
Fernandez is the kind of guy that can get strikeouts, so the Cardinals need him to be that guy. Now, he's had some issues with walks himself.
Pitching from the stretch, he comes to the plate. In the dirt, good save by Pages. No one could advance. Fernandez pitches from the third base side of the rubber. So he gives you a little bit of a different look, and I would think, Ricky, that might be a little bit more challenging for a left-handed hitter to see it coming out of his hand. But here we go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle for a base hit. 1-1 will score as he was able to guide that ball just beyond the glove of Mason Wynn, who made a diving attempt. But another run is scored and is now 7-2.
I expected the Athletics to be tired today after playing a game in Sacramento yesterday and then having to fly, no off day, and a day game on the road. That never happens except on holidays. It occasionally will. And it happened today. I expected them to be tired, but one thing I forgot to take into consideration is how young they are.
They can play all day and all night.
What's tired? What do you mean tired?
Darrell Hernandez stands in. He fouls a pitch off the screen near the Cardinal bat boys. Now one of the bat boys goes out to retrieve the foul ball. Hernandez on the day is 2 for 2, playing third base. Wide stance in the box, slightly open, as Fernandez comes to the plate, outside for a ball. Runners at first and third, nobody out. The A's have plated 2 runs in the inning so far. Fernandez checks the runner at first, comes to the plate, another pitch high for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Colby Thomas is on deck. He has an RBI so far this afternoon. As the next pitch from Fernandez comes to the plate. Fly ball on the infield. Mason Wynn calls it. Makes the one-handed catch, trying to see if he can draw somebody off the bag. The infield fly rule is already in effect. So, first out of the inning has been recorded. And Colby Thomas makes his way to the plate. Thomas is 1 for 2. He drove in a run. He got caught on a play where he was going for second, slid off the bag, and the patient Mason Wynn was able to keep the tag down. Found himself out. He waits on the first pitch, turns, hits it to Nolan Gorman. Over to second for 1. Can they get 2? Yes, they do. Good play. Very good play, turning that double play. And the Cardinals, well, they get out of the inning just giving up 2 runs, but that's a whole lot at this point in the ball game. The 7th-inning stretch is presented by Spectrum. You can stay in the game with Spectrum Internet. Visit Spectrum.com, and we will be back.
On the basketball court, the soccer pitch, or even the golf course, your crew brings their best not just for the win, but for that post-game celebration. When victory tastes like Michelob Ultra, it's worth every drop of sweat. And if you don't win, you'll still get the beer. It's just on you. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Feel the magic with the official St. Louis Cardinals credit card from Central Bank. From tickets to throwing out the first pitch, your St. Louis Cardinals credit card earns rewards for one-of-a-kind experiences. Your Cardinals credit card earns you double reward points at the stadium and at Cardinals.com. Central Bank, the hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals, are now offering the official St. Louis Cardinals credit card. Visit CardinalsCredit.com or any Central Bank location to sign up. Subject to credit approval, see bank for details.
Whether it's a long line at the amusement park,
45 minutes.
waiting to get inside the club, or getting stuck at the DMV. Nobody likes to wait. Mercy is eliminating the wait for great health care. Our online tools mean you can get the care you need now. Mercy Now. More of what you need now. Visit mercynow.net.
For 20 years, CarShield has helped save drivers from those oh no moments because nobody wants to spend their vacation fund on a new transmission. Know what else turns 20 this year? Flip phones, frosted tips, hookah necklaces, and giant cargo shorts. But we're only talking about good memories here. From road trips to rush hour, CarShield has had your back. Join the celebration at carshield.com because 20 years of saving drivers money never goes out of style. Coverage varies by plans. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
7th-inning stretch was presented by Spectrum, lightning fast speeds and major league reliability so you can stay connected. We start things off with Pedro Pages. He stands in against Justin Sterner. Pedro 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Sterner pitching from the third base side of the rubber. Comes to the plate, and Pedro lines one in the right field, but the right fielder is J.J. Bleday. He makes the one-handed catch for the first out. That brings up Jordan Walker. Jordan Walker 0 for 2 today, 0 for 4 yesterday. And Ricky, what's his hitless streak at now?
It is now at 13. And, you know, the worst part of that, there's been a lot of strikeouts during that time. And Jordan had kind of fixed that for a bit and now is kind of back in it again.
Well, let's see if he can turn it around here as he waits on the first pitch and he swings and fouls it straight back. And now it seems like he's having that defensive swing again where he's feeling for the baseball compared to trying to really put something on it.
Well, there's several things that go on in his swing when he's not right. He collapses his back foot. He opens up. He kind of, as you were talking earlier, the old expression, step in the bucket, his front foot goes more towards third base instead of right at the ball, and maybe his stride's a little bit too big. I mean, there's just a lot of things that happen when that happens, and the head moves.
Pitch high for a ball.
And he just took a pitch, a fastball high, and he jumped at that pitch. He literally jumped at it. And if you're jumping at it, that's not good. The ball comes to you. You don't go to the ball comes to you. You got to be ready for it. Trust your hands.
1 ball, 1 strike count. That pitch is just outside for a ball. 7-2 is our score. The Athletics have come in, and the home run ball was not a friend to the Cardinals this afternoon. 3 of them. Another one on the way, and Walker swings through that pitch, and you're exactly right on that last swing, how he collapsed and just wasn't feeling it.
Shaking his head right now. I know that he's frustrated, and I know he's working at it, and I do not, discredit him at all for that. I mean, he's after it.
swing, and he was swinging again, and he missed that pitch on the outside corner. He goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. Hey, we're here in the Cordell and Cordell broadcast booth along with Ricky Horton. I'm Mike Claiborne. Voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney, is on assignment. We expect him to return tomorrow. And, of course, the reliable Jim Jackson is here.
Scoreboard update for you. The Mets are leading Detroit 10-8. That game is in the bottom of the 8th inning. Boston ahead of the Cleveland Indians 6-4. That game's in the 8th. And the White Sox, Minnesota tied at 4. San Francisco and Colorado just underway in Colorado. And that scoreboard update brought to you by Medica.
Nathan Church stands in. 1 strike to him so far. Another pitch on the way, and that's a pitch that just misses. A little high. So 1 ball, 1 strike. You know, when you look at this A's bunch, you came up in the era where they were the first team to wear the white shoes.
Oh, yeah. I wore them in high school.
I did too. But you remember,
our team colors were green and gold, and so
really?
we had white shoes, and it had the yellow stirrup. I mean, it was sweet looking.
No, they had a real sharp uniform. And remember doing the All-Star game, the players who didn't have white shoes, they would wear white shoes just for that one game.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Another pitch to Church is high for a ball.
But and I remember in those white shoes, in that green and gold uniform, I thought I was as fast as Ricky Henderson.
Okay.
But I wasn't.
Not by much, as Church is hit by a pitch, hit him in the shin, so he reaches base.
But I actually
Ricky Henderson, okay.
Actually, been more of a kind of an admirer of Catfish Hunter, who's one of their pitching greats. Also ended up playing for the Yankees, a Hall of Famer, Catfish Hunter. Not a hard thrower, but an outstanding pitcher, and really enjoyed watching him.
You
compete.
think about him, Vida Blue, John Blue Moon Odom. They had some guys out there. And then the next era came along where they had Dave Stewart and Dennis Eckersley. And remember there was one pitcher, Mike, it escapes me, but I know he was a 20-game winner, and for every win he would donate $500 to a Boys and Girls Club. Kurt Flood was
Mike
running.
Norris, maybe?
Mike Norris, that's what it was. So Lars Nootbaar stands in. Runner at first, 2 out here in the 7th inning. As we had a little conversation on the mound between pitching coach and Justin Sterner and his battery mate, Willie McIver. Lars stands in. Lars on the day is 2 for 3. First pitch he sees is a called strike. Ivan Herrera is on deck, hoping to bat in this inning. As Sterner checks the runner at first. Pauses, now pitches. And Lars lines one into left field for a base hit. So here goes Nathan Church. He's going to make the turn, and he'll go into third base easily, standing up. So the Cardinals now have something going. Runners at first and third, and 2 out. Good speed by Nathan Church. So Lars with a 3-hit day.
Of course, you think of Kenny Holtzman, too.
Ken Holtzman.
Who was a St. Louisan and won a lot of rings with Oakland and won a lot of rings with the Yankees and was running out of fingers there. But, I had a chance to know him. He worked at the Jewish Community Center out in Chesterfield area, and he loved it, helping young players get better. He was kind of managed all the athletics there after retirement, and great big league career, and a very, very nice man from U-City here in St. Louis, but had an outstanding career.
As Ivan Herrera check swing, they say no. He stands in. Runners at first and third, 2 out. Cardinals trailing by 5.
Give him a finish. Just keep hitting for a while.
As Michael Kelly is now warming in the Oakland or the Athletic bullpen. I was wondering when that was going to happen.
Yeah.
As Ivan Herrera swings through a changeup. Well, they call it a sweeper. So he finds himself the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Sterner comes to the plate. Herrera pops one up. The shortstop, second baseman are deciding who's going to catch it. The shortstop does make the catch. That's Jacob Wilson for the final out. Well, the Cardinals threaten, but they don't score. We go to the 8th. Ricky Horton has it for you. Redbirds trail 7-2.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Cold nights, hot fire, safe chimney. You need Grizzly's Chimney Service. Since 2008, they've handled it all. Fireplace and stove work, tuck pointing, inspections, dryer vents, and more. With certified chimney sweeps, a no-mess guarantee, and they're fully insured. Keep your home fires burning safely. Call the experts at Grizzly's Chimney Service today and visit grizzlysweep.com. That's grizzlysweep.com.
Good morning, First Federal Savings Bank. How may I direct your call?
Speak with friendly, real people during lobby hours. It matters when you call First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. A real person located at the bank, not a recording, answers your call during lobby hours. Personal, friendly service makes a difference. 217-356-BANK.
Thank you for calling. Have a great day.
Rated 5-star superior by Bauer Financial, Inc. Fast, friendly, and local with local loan decisions and underwriting. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 435120.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
Our game goes to the top of the 8th inning. The Cardinals are going to have to come back in this one. They trail 7-2, and it is Ryan Fernandez back out for the 8th. He closed out the 7th inning, and it could have been better, could have been worse. Was able to get a double play and leave a couple runners on, but also gave up a hit to Tyler Soderstrom, and that gave an extra earned run to Sonny Gray, who left giving up 7 of those, and that's the line on Sonny Gray. 6 innings pitched, 10 hits, 7 runs as the slider misses low, and that makes the count 2-1. The swing pitch goes against Ryan Fernandez. So Gray went 6 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, 3 walks, too many for him, and 5 strikeouts. So it is Fernandez in relief, and there's a swing and a miss, a good slider. When Fernandez's slider is right, it kind of is like a changeup. Guys swing at it like they're just way out in front of it. They don't quite know how to handle it.
We had some fun between innings, literally, as two of our favorite comedians.
How about that?
2 of many comedians, apparently, who were in the house today.
We have comedy everywhere. There's a hard hit ball to second, and that eats up Sajasi, stays with it and can't make the play. He made the mistake of trying to pick that up with his glove. Frankly, you pick that up with your hand, don't you?
I thought so.
I mean, he didn't have time to pick it up with his glove and then move it to his hand. That's kind of an odd move for him to make. It hit him in the chest, and it was bouncing in front of him. Probably needed to barehand that. Now, he kind of gave up his chest to keep it in front of him.
You'll have a memento tomorrow.
We'll see how that scored. That was hit pretty hard. There's a runner at first base.
That's a big league play, though.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's a hard hit ball. That's going to be a hit. No question about that. It's into the left field corner, and it bounces over the wall. Ground rule double, and Zach Geloff has homered, singled, and doubled in the last 5 innings of this game. And Blade is the runner at third base, and they'll rule that an error on Sajasi. That's his 2nd of the game. And there's runners at 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Collect a limited edition Cardinals pin when you purchase 8 or more gallons of gas at participating Phillips 66 stations by using the Phillips 66 Fuel Forward app. Well,
Greg Warren and Tim Convey are here.
There's a swing and a foul.
I did not know that Tim Convey was related to the well-known actor, game show participant, Burt Convey.
I didn't know that either.
Yes.
Oh, I certainly remember him. Cardinals have the infield in. They can't give up any more runs. It's Willie MacGyver at the plate. There's a ground ball up the middle. Mason Wynn has it. Can't make the play at home, so he throws out MacGyver at first. He made the right decision there, as Blade had a good read on that. He's able to score, and the A's now lead 8-2. That'll be an RBI for MacGyver. Greg Warren has a great routine about being a high school wrestler here.
He went to Kirkwood, right? He went to wrestle at Kirkwood.
Kirkwood or Webster Groves? Kirkwood. It was Kirkwood. Right. And his routine about being a high school wrestler, I laughed just thinking about that.
Well, I like the one where he talks about his dad thinking the fix is in so he can't get his 60-cent drink the next day.
Oh, I've seen that too. I saw that on Facebook the other day. His dad was fully convinced
he felt they had it in for him.
There's a base hit to right field. My goodness. Another run's going to score as Butler hits one into the right field area, and scoring from second base is Geloff, and another run for the A's here in the 8th inning. It's now 9-2. A lot of comedy here, but not on the field.
Yeah, we can laugh about a lot of things.
Yeah.
But this performance on the field is not one of them, and it looks like we're going to stall for a little bit more time because Pedro Pages is going out to the mound as Ryan Fernandez has all of a sudden been hit with a jolt.
And Chris Roycroft is the right-hander that was just reinstated at the big league level. He was called up because it is September 1st. They used to be able to call up a whole lot of people in September, and the new collective bargaining agreement kind of changed that, and now you have two choices. The Cardinals have recalled not only Roycroft, but also their center fielder, Victor Scott II, who was on the injured list. And that conversation is long, but it's over, and Ollie is moving towards the steps. And we'll see if he starts to go up those steps, and here he comes. So that means we are indeed going to have a pitching change. It's brought to you by Goodwill. Give hope, give local, give Goodwill. We'll be right back.
When mosquitoes and bugs invade, your family can feel trapped indoors. Make your escape with help from Cutter Brand. With a wide range of effective area bug solutions, you can choose the best one for your family. From lawn treatment that lasts all summer to a backyard fogger for your deck, patio, or other areas of the yard. Plus Cutter candles. Perfect for summer evenings outside. Trust Cutter Brand, a leader in mosquito protection for 25 years, and escape the indoors. Cutter, protect your people.
For 20 years, CarShield has helped save drivers from those oh no moments because nobody wants to spend their vacation fund on a new transmission. Know what else turns 20 this year? Flip phones, frosted tips, hookah necklaces, and giant cargo shorts. But we're only talking about good memories here. From road trips to rush hour, CarShield has had your back. Join the celebration at carshield.com because 20 years of saving drivers money never goes out of style. Coverage varies by plans. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
At Bayer, it is our goal to tackle the challenges of food insecurity by delivering innovation to farmers that help them grow healthy and affordable food in a sustainable way. That's why in communities across the U.S., Bayer has worked with farmers for decades to help put food on the table for those in need so that together we achieve health for all, hunger for none. Visit Bayer.us.com. That's Bayer.us.com to learn more.
There's no better way to enjoy America's favorite pastime than cheering on the Cardinals with your family at Busch Stadium. From the thrill of watching the game to the kid-friendly activities, food, and fun, the ballpark has it all. Make magical memories as you cheer together for every home run, double play, and Cards win. Your family summer tradition starts here at Busch Stadium. Grab your tickets today at Cardinals.com. St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
We are going to get another look at the Cardinal right-hander, and that is Chris Roycroft, big, tall right-hander. We've seen him a couple of different times. You know, the stuff is there for Roycroft. The consistency has been the question for him. At the big league level in 14 games, he has an ERA close to 7, but there's some games where he's got it working, and he's virtually unhittable. Runner at first base is Butler. And the first pitch from Roycroft, 95 on the outside corner. That's pretty good. Repeat that, and you'll be just fine.
You know, Ricky, one of the things I've noticed already, his back is a little bit more to the hitter than what we saw in the past.
He comes set. And the next delivery is grounded towards third, and that's underneath the glove of Gorman. Down the left field line, that's a hit, and it's probably going to be a double as Wilson heads into second base, and the Athletics are just having fun here in the 8th inning. My goodness. And before Brent Rooker bats for the 5th time in this game, let's pause for station identification. You and your friends on this Labor Day are listening to the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Two-time All-Star Brent Rooker at the plate. He's the DH today, and he takes strike one from Roycroft. Just gave up a double to the first batter that he faced, and that was Jacob Wilson, whose father, again, was drafted by the Cardinals. Nice career in the big leagues. Started out with the Pirates. Roycroft delivers. Ground ball towards third. Gorman has it, looks the runner back, and his throw is on the money over to Contreras, and Rooker is retired. So we'll see if Roycroft can pitch around that double. Able to keep Butler, at least for now, at third base. He runs well. Butler at third. Wilson, the runner, at second base. An error in this inning certainly didn't help. There's 2 outs. And Soderstrom at the plate, and he lines a hit into left center field. That's going to score 2 more. Soderstrom's heading into second base, and the play there, and he is safe at the bag, and he's able to hang on, as the A's have not hung on to the bag a couple of times here in this game, but that time he did, and Soderstrom picks up 2 more RBIs. He has 3 of them, and it's 11-2 Athletics. When we talked about all the comedians here today, it's a baseball expression, to have a laugher. And yes. The Cardinals don't have the laugher here. It's one of those games where just you laugh a lot because it's well in hand, and that's how it feels right now as we play in the 8th inning from the Athletics' point of view.
Well, the Athletics, we thought maybe they would have a little bit of a slow leak in a tire because of the travel situation, but they have come out and just, as they say, they have their hitting shoes on.
They found AAA, and they fixed that tire. I don't mean AAA baseball AAA. I mean the auto people. Yeah, no flat tire here today at all. Darryl Hernandez at the plate, and he grounds that one to third. It's swinging at the first pitch. Gorman has it and throws him out, and the inning comes to a close. But more damage. A big inning again for the Athletics. They pick up 4 more runs, and we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Cardinals now trail 11-2.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people.
When you're buying a battery, it's important to look beyond just the price and make sure you're buying a quality battery. So when you're buying one from the big box store, make sure you ask the question, what's the date on this battery? Is it dependable? Sometimes the big box stores have batteries that have been sitting on the shelf for years. Or you can just come to Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable, and buy your battery from the people who only do batteries. Interstate Batteries at 2504 North Madison, Champaign. Way out there, but totally worth the drive. How much is dependable worth to you? Interstate Batteries open 6 days a week.
Sarah Champagne Managing Partner Ben Quattrone on why integrity is important at Sarah.
We hire the person. The person makes the deal. The person makes the department. The person makes everyone around them treat people with courtesy and respect. If you have a quality human being, you can play any position, right? We're talking about sports. They can perform in any department, and I could teach someone a job, but I can't teach them to be a good person.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA Champagne.com.
Your number one sports bar and grill is Pia's. Head to 1609 West Springfield Avenue to watch all your favorite sports teams play on the big screen TVs as you enjoy great drink specials and the famous 10-ounce Slugger Burger. With the slot machines, darts, video, golf, and outdoor beer garden, meet your friends at Pia's. Since 1975, open mornings at 7 a.m., Sundays at 8. See you at Pia's.
Bottom of the 8th inning, new pitcher for the Athletics. Scott McGuff takes over for Justin Sterner, who went an inning and a third, gave up just one hit, had a strikeout in relief of Luis Morales, who's on the plus side of this game. And it's Sonny Gray, who's on the hook as Contreras fouls off the first pitch that he sees. He's looking for his first hit here this afternoon. He has popped out twice and struck out. It's Contreras, Gorman, and Wynn to bat here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 11 runs on 15 hits for the Athletics. The Cardinals 2 runs on 6 hits. As McGuff delivers low. 1-1 the count on the Cardinal first baseman. Leads the team with 30 doubles, as Claves told you earlier. Again, John Rooney is on assignment today. But he will be back with us tomorrow. We have our Champions Club broadcast. And it'll be the middle game of the 3-game series against these Athletics. Swing and a miss. Boy, they have been up and down this week alone. They swept the Detroit Tigers, who many people believe the best team in baseball. Many do. You can certainly have an argument with some other teams.
Milwaukee might say something about that.
Yeah, Dodgers might. Phillies might at times. There's a pitch that swung on and missed. Contreras strikes out for the second time today. And after sweeping Detroit, they were swept by Texas. And that, again, very, very odd.
And apparently Texas had some travel problems trying to get out of Sacramento last night.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I think you're supposed to go southeast from there. But they could have just asked me. I could have told them. Or were the travel problems more difficult and complex?
I think they may be slightly a little bit more challenging.
All right.
Just
They weren't having trouble with the directions, you're saying?
No.
Okay. So it's Gorman at the plate, who's 0 for 3. Reached on a fielder's choice his last time.
So their situation was one where they didn't get out of they said to spend the night in Sacramento, didn't get into Phoenix until this morning, and they have a 5 o'clock game this evening.
Go get them. Going to be some grouchy Texas Rangers. There's a strike on the outside corner. And, of course, you're doing what you love, and we always say that about this game. There's complexities to it. There's some, I'm not even going to call them hardships, but there's some things that, you really have to persevere to get through, including the everyday aspect of it. But man, everybody's doing it because they love it. The 1-2 pitch is tapped into the glove of the catcher, and he holds on, and that is a strike.
Gorman's saying it was foul, and he didn't come up with it.
I guess he didn't. 1-2 the count. Looked like a split finger that did hit the ground. He caught it, but he caught it on one hop. He didn't tell the umpire that part.
I'm sure he would have told him had the umpire asked him.
Maybe. 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. That was a wild swing by Gorman on a ball that almost hit the plate. He was definitely fooled by that pitch. Back-to-back strikeouts for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Friday, September 5th through Sunday, September 7th is Hall of Fame weekend. That's coming up. Presented by Edward Jones. That'll be Saturday. You can celebrate 3 legends as they are inducted into the Cardinals Hall of Fame. This event is open to the public. Details at cardinals.com/HOF. As Cesar Prieto pinch hits for Mason Wynn. I think that's a good move. And Prieto looking for his second big league hit. Swings through a pitch, strike one. He reached on an infield hit. He had one of those tweeners that was hit right between the pitcher and the second baseman and the first baseman. He was able to beat it out after striking out 3 times yesterday. So he got the hit out of the way. And he takes a pitch outside 1-1. It has not been the Cardinals' day today. Prieto takes the strike on the outside corner, and the swing pitch goes against him. He's been behind in the count basically every at-bat since his recall just a couple of days ago. He is 1 for 5 as a big leaguer, and he takes that off-speed pitch low. More of a hitter. He's hitting .295 in AAA, and came over in the trade with several others that sent Jack Flaherty to Baltimore.
We've seen him the last couple of springs, and he always has a good spring with the Cardinals.
And he swings and misses at that pitch. Again, the off-speed pitch was nasty for McGuff. He strikes out the side in the bottom of the 8th inning. That sends us to the 9th. And the Cardinals trailing the Athletics on Labor Day 11-2.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Shelter Agent Chris Clayton in Charleston and get a free personal protection review.
Food, fuel, jobs, even our planet's future. It all starts right here with homegrown Illinois corn. From plant-based bioplastics and renewable fuel to fighting the effects of climate change, Illinois corn is at work in your backyard, and it's paving the way toward a more sustainable future. Learn more at watchusgrow.org/corn.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe it's less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering the magic in life. At Edward Jones, our dedicated financial advisors are the people you can count on for financial strategies that help support a life you love. Because the key to being rich is knowing what counts. Learn more about our comprehensive approach to planning at edwardjones.com/findyourrich. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Chris Roycroft back out for the top of the 9th inning as the Cardinals trail this one 11-2. They've been out hit badly, 15-6, as the Athletics just keep pouring it on. 2 home runs for J.J. Bleday, a 3-hit game, including a homer for Zach Geloff, and they're at the bottom of the order as the pitch is a little bit outside, 96 from Roycroft, and a 2-0 count now on Colby Thomas, who leads things off. Thomas, Bleday, and Geloff will bat again here in the 9th inning against the right-hander Roycroft, who's pitcher number 3 today for St. Louis. There's a hard-hit ground ball, and it's handled by the shortstop, Sajasi, and a good throw, and he's got his man. That was not an easy play. He throws out Thomas, and he's part of the several defensive changes for the Cardinals. Sajasi moves from second base to short. Prieto, who pinch hit for Mason Wynn, stays in the game to play second, and Garrett Hampson is now playing at left field. And you and I were talking in between innings as we were looking at the changes that were going on. I wonder if Ollie had any thought of maybe trying Gorman at first base in anticipation for him maybe having to play there with Burleson out and Contreras. Well, who knows what?
Well, with the suspension pending, he's going to miss some time, and you don't have another first baseman on your roster per se. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to let him get some reps.
1-0 pitch is tapped foul. And unless I'm mistaken, when you have a suspension, you don't get to replace that guy.
No,
I mean,
you're just short.
That's a hang with him moment. Not that I would have a good idea who that might be anyway, other than the guys that are here. The 1-1 pitch to Bleday is fouled off to the left. And boy, he's looked very comfortable at the plate today. He did strike out his first time, but he's homered, and reached on an error by Sajasi, but he pounded that one off his chest on one hop, and then Sajasi couldn't handle it to throw him out at first base. That's why he got the error. 1-2 the count, and here comes the pitch from Roycroft. That's a fastball high at 97. You know, velocity matters, but so does getting people out.
Yeah, if you don't have good control, you can throw 110 miles an hour. You have to be able to spot pitches.
2-2 pitch is hit in the air to deep left center field. Backing up is Hampson. He's going to make that play in left center. Just into the game, gets some action, and 2 are retired by Roycroft. The Cardinals will have Sajasi, Pajes and Jordan Walker in the bottom of the ninth inning. And they need, they need a hope and a prayer, I guess.
More prayer.
Yeah, however you can get there, as they trail by 9 in this game. So it is Geloff, who's a triple away from the cycle. And he struck out his first time.
Getting a lot of swings today by the A's. We were looking at some numbers between innings. The Cardinals, going into the 9th inning, would have struck out 27 times since yesterday.
Slider is hit down the third base line. That's a foul ball. Boy, that looked fair to me. But nobody asked me. Geloff would have been out, but he's going to walk back to home plate. That's a lot of strikeouts in 2 days.
Too many. Way too many. And it's not like you're facing Nolan Ryan or Randy Johnson or anybody from yesteryear. You're facing the Athletics. You're facing the Cincinnati Reds. Now, granted, Cincinnati's pitching. Brady Singer's a pretty good pitcher.
Yeah.
But that's just too many. And I'm sure they'll tell you that.
Cardinals could not hit his sweeper. And you mentioned the sweeper usage of Morales. I bet there are a lot of folks watching that game with Singer. That's why he threw more of those. There's a swing and a miss. Again, the kind of the word is out that the Cardinals are late on fastballs, but they did not look good on the sweeper of Singer, who did have a very good one, I'll say that. 1-2 the count on Geloff. A homer, a single, and a double his last 3 at-bats, and he takes that pitch high for a ball, 2-2. Roycroft trying for a 1-2-3 inning. He's given up 1 earned run, and Fernandez gave up 3 runs, but only 1 of them were earned. And the 2-2 delivery on its way, and that's outside, 3-2. So Geloff came into play today batting .128, and that's not what he's hitting right now. Much better.
He's on his way to Player of the Week this way.
He is. Next pitch is fouled off to the right. So you have a good day. You get your batter average up a little bit. He's up to 176, and nothing to.
That's a lot, though, in one day.
Oh, you bet.
When you think about where he started.
Geloff bats from the right side, facing Roycroft, has a 3-2 count. And the pitch to him is swung on and missed, and Roycroft gets him with the slider and has a 1-2-3 top of the 9th. Well, the Cardinals have one more shot. Let's see what they can do in the bottom of the 9th inning, trailing the Athletics, game 1 of a 3-game series by a score of 11-2.
Tis almost the season. Do you have your December festivities planned yet? Whether you're looking for a small gathering or a company-wide holiday party, Cardinals Special Events has a variety of venues decked in seasonal decor for groups of all sizes. December dates are booking quick, so don't hesitate. For more information, visit cardinals.com/holidayparties.
Don't forget your favorite Lays, the perfect sidekick to your game day. No matter if you're cheering for our St. Louis Cardinals from the stands or hosting the ultimate game day throwdown with your crew, there's a Lays flavor to go with it. Lays, proud partner of your St. Louis Cardinals.
There's a certain magic here in Cardinals Nation. Can you feel it? Central Bank is the hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. Sign up for Cardinals checking with Central Bank and get your exclusive green embroidered Cardinals jersey and 2 game tickets. See bank for details. Member FDIC.
Rattler Pest Solutions has been growing since 1956. Our goal is to provide superior service and a steadfast commitment to exceeding our clients' needs and expectations.
It's really important to me to try to stay local when you can. It's nice to know that when the Rattler Tech comes, you don't have to worry again. I believe in them, and I know that if there's a problem, they're going to solve it.
We stand behind our mission to give our customers and their pests the treatment they deserve. For quick, proven pest solutions, call Rattler.
If you're looking for a career with a real future, the Painting and Decorating Foundation might be the answer.
Got out of college, my career choices were very limited, and this provided me with a plan for the present and the future at the same time.
I like working with hands. I like leaving and seeing exactly what I accomplished that day.
I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, and I was making less than I make as a first year at Prince Beaner.
The Painting and Decorating Foundation reminds you it's your future. Check out stlouispdf.org.
Thomas Sajaci takes strike one, and we're underway here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Last chance for the Cardinals. They trail 11-2. Sajaci 0 for 3, looking for his first hit. The Cardinals have not figured out this reliever, McGuff, and there's a ground ball off the front foot of Sajaci, and that got him pretty good. As he hammered that ball off his front foot, it looked like a sinking pitch down and in. And he's going to walk that off. Suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, T-shirts, and
more.
Visit MLBshop.com. It's the official source for Cardinals gear. So JC still walking around a little bit.
That hit him in the shin pad.
He certainly felt it. So JC, Pajes, and Walker. Last three hopes for the Cardinals here this afternoon. It has not been their day. The 0-2 pitch outside for a ball. Cardinals have given up more than 10 runs for the fourth time since the 1st of August. They gave up more than 10 3 times in the month of August. Once to the Yankees, once to Tampa Bay, and once to the Dodgers. And they unfortunately have started out September with giving up 11 runs. Ground ball to third. That was a tough play by Hernandez. Tried to get it on a short hop. And Sajaci's heading to second base, and he's going to slide in safely with a hustling double. I believe they'll give him a double on that.
I would think so.
Because I don't think Hernandez could have thrown him out. We'll see how that goes. That could go either way. He just topped it towards third and took off running. Regardless, Sajaci is at second base.
I don't think Hernandez wouldn't have been able to throw him out.
And the Cardinals have a pinch hitter. It's Jose Fermin. He's going to bat for Pajes. Fermin, we haven't seen a lot of him lately. He can hit. Usually puts the ball in play somewhere. Takes a pitch low for a ball. It's hitting .320. Not a lot of damage going on with Jose Fermin, at least at the big league level. And the next pitch is fouled back. And they are giving that a double for Thomas Sajaci. Well, he earned it. Why not? Give it to him. While you're giving things out, can you give the Cardinals some more runs just for fun? I don't think the scorer is allowed to do that. They have rules.
Yeah, I think they changed that rule.
Yeah, they can't do that
anymore.
No
longer do that.
One pitch is swung on and missed. I think they may have done that back in, was it 1919 with the Black Sox? Who knows? They might have done that stuff back then, but not now. One of the tougher moments in the history of our game. And baseball has survived some tough moments, including the Black Sox scandal, steroid era. And the Cardinals will survive this 11-2 game as well. Pitch to Fermin is lined into left field. That's a hit going towards the corner. And rounding third, coming home is Sajaci as the Cardinals pick up a run here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Fermin delivers a base hit. Sajaci scores. And there's still nobody out. Well, you still got to love that. You just don't stop just because the game is...
It may seem to be out of reach, but,
right.
You know, this is what you do for a living.
Exactly. You can't go up there and not hit. You got to go up there and hit. You're always... You know, every Cardinal is playing for something, not only to win this game, and obviously they're not winning this game, but when you start talking about September baseball with a young team that is not really...
You're auditioning.
Yeah, you better believe they are. Jordan Walker hits the ball in the air to shallow center field, and Jordan's going to be 0 for 4. Butler's going to make this catch, and he does. He was flying towards the infield. That ball just didn't carry much, and it's out number 1, and Jordan now 0 for his last 15. So 1 out, 1 on. And, you're vying for the position. You're trying to keep your position. You're trying to give... I was taught in a psychology class in college. I paid attention one day. Let me start with that.
That's some breaking news there.
There's a fly ball to left field, and running under it is the left fielder Thomas. He has it as Nathan Church flies out. And one of the things they said is you give somebody a list of any names, any things, numbers, names, whatever, a list of 10 things. What people are going to remember are the first one you said and the last one you said. It's called the primacy and recency effect. I've always thought that's true in baseball. You remember what somebody does in spring training, and you remember what somebody does in September. So if you're trying to win a position for 2026, I would suggest having a good September.
I would agree with you. Whether it's here or somewhere else.
That's right. Swinging a foul off to the right. So that's my little psych lesson for you for the day.
Thank you. Brought to you by
Psych 101.
There you go. I think you ought to do that for every game.
Okay. Come up with something,
a nugget of some sort.
Something that I learned in college. I'm already out of things I learned in college.
I wasn't going to go there.
I'm already done.
I wasn't going to go there.
I'll have to go back before that. Okay, I'll work on that, Clay.
I think you should have a nugget.
Little nugget. Something I'll work on that.
We can get it sponsored.
There's a fastball. That's a strike, and the Cardinals are down to their last strike. Rick's nugget of the day, or
something along that line.
We'll get a marketing guy on that one.
And we'll all feel better about ourselves.
I guess. Garrett Hampson at the plate. The Cardinals down to their last strike. Fermin, the runner at first base. The breaking pitch is taken low, as the Cardinals are just one strike away from dropping the first game of this homestand. It'll be Luis Severino, Miles Michaelis tomorrow. Pre-game show at 5:50. Play-by-play at 6:35. And it is Hampson, who does not have a lot of at-bats this year, and he grounds that one foul. It just does... he's always working. He's not complaining. He's just
glad to be here.
He's just there. Yep.
If you're Fermin, don't you steal second at this point?
You might as well take it. I noticed the Cardinals did not do that. Actually, it was the Reds didn't do that late in the game yesterday. Not going. The 2-2 pitch is a little bit outside. Slider missed the outside corner. And this is where you just refuse to make the last out. Let somebody else do it. Fermin, the runner at first base. A 3-2 count on Hampson. He'll be moving now. And here comes the 3-2 pitch, and it's popped up. And this should do it. Right side of the infield. It's the first baseman Soderstrom who makes the catch. And this game has come to an end as the Cardinals did not have a good day today here at Busch Stadium on this Labor Day, as the Athletics came out swinging. They beat the Cardinals 11-2 here at Busch, and Mike and I will talk more about it after this.
Tim Onstad, Gale Forex Trucking and Dedicated Diesel.
Yeah, we're really just kind of getting going and feeling out when that corn and beans are going to start turning and when we're going to start hauling grains for Gale and some farmers around. Had one call yesterday, make sure he was on the list and set up. We're going to bring in probably 3 to 5 good drivers or young guys that want to learn part of the trucking business and get them started in the field where they're not out on their own somewhere. And we'll be hauling grain, looking probably, like I said, 3 to 5 good people that want to haul some grain, not just young, experienced. If somebody's semi-retired, they want to get into that a little bit, we're good with that too. It works out for a good atmosphere and good overall employee satisfaction.
How can we reach you, sir?
Get me on email at timo@gftlog.com. Call the office at 765-793-7131. Give me a holler. We'll get you going and get things happening.
Team, it's back to school time, but for us at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, class is always in session when it comes to taking care of our customers.
Yeah!
So what's the most important thing we've learned?
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, we guarantee the best deal.
Right, and you can't have the best deal without what, Jeff?
The best service.
You got it. And to have the best service, you have to have what? Sean, in the back.
A service department.
Yes. Guys, if you sell appliances, you have to fix appliances. We take care of our customers after the sale with top-rated service technicians. That's what our customers get at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Top-rated service after the sale. Okay, you have your hand up. You don't work here, sir, but you do look familiar.
I work in sales at the appliance store down the street. We don't have service, and I was wondering if you were hiring.
Nasal voice guy, you're in. Come on down.
Wow! Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Well, the Cardinals lose this afternoon by a score of 11-3 to the Athletics. And Mike Claiborne, there's not many positives to draw out of this game.
No, there really weren't a lot of things you could really feel good about. I think the concern, though, is the fact that you struck out, 27 times in the last 2 days. It's just nothing there right now. And the pitching, you thought was your best guy in Sonny Gray, and he just didn't have what we've been accustomed to seeing, and it just went downhill from there. I think that if there's one silver lining here, is that you didn't burn up your bullpen.
Right.
You just used two guys, Roycroft and Fernandez, giving Kyle Leahy and some other guys an extra day, which they're going to need going down the stretch here.
Cardinals had a run in the middle of the game, and we'll get to our play of the game presented by Marriott St. Louis Grand. You can book your Grand Slam Cardinals ticket package today. We'll get to that, but the Cardinals at one point got a run in the sixth inning, made it close again, but then the Athletics just pulled away after that.
Yeah, I give the A's a lot of credit for today. We knew they could hit the home run, but then they start to manufacture runs as well, and they didn't steal a base or anything. They just did some really good base running, obviously some timely hitting. But it's one of those situations where you just have to turn the page on this one and try and figure out a way to beat them tomorrow.
3 hits for Lars Nootbaar. Maybe that's a positive. Herrera hits the ball in Big Mac land, and again, that's it. Nothing much else beside that.
Nothing to write home about for sure. So, and you have to tip your cap to the A's starter today.
Yeah.
Luis Morales was really, really good. And that young man has a real future in front of him if he can keep it together.
He came out putting up zeros first 3 innings of this game. The Cardinals only mustered 1 hit. That was a Nootbaar hit on the first pitch that he saw. And on the Athletics side, they threatened in the first inning against the Cardinals starter Sonny Gray. They had bases loaded with 2 outs in the first, but Sonny was able to retire Colby Thomas, so he was able to get through 3 innings, and there was no score. But we get to the 4th inning, and that's when the trouble started, as there were 4 crooked numbers on the board by the time we got from the 4th inning of the game through the 9th inning, and the first one was there in the 4th inning after a ground out by Tyler Soderstrom to lead things off. Darrell Hernandez had a base hit. And then there was an error on Sonny Gray. He actually hit Hernandez in the leg on a pickoff attempt, and he got to a second base, and then a fly out by Colby Thomas, and perhaps the inning's going to come to an end as there's a runner at second base and 2 outs. But then J.J. Bleday came to the plate, and he did this 2 times during the game, but his first home run gave the Athletics the lead, and it is our Marriott St. Louis Grand play of the game.
That brings in J.J. Bleday. He stands in. He was called out on strikes his first time up. Pitch on the way to him. He lines one into right field. Jordan Walker is back. He turns. He's at the wall, but you better get a new one out because J.J. Bleday just hit a 2-run homer. That ball just continued to drift and drift and drift, and he hit it right over the Equifax sign in right field.
Well, they did have to get a new one out, and that new one didn't last very long either, as Zach Geloff hit the next, as the next batter hit a home run as well. So it was 3-0 Athletics in the 4th. The Cardinals managed to run in the bottom of the 4th inning as Ivan Herrera connected, and it was nice to see him do that, Clay.
Yeah, it really was, and he hit one in the Big Mac land, and you kind of thought at that point, okay, well, here we go. We'll try and piece this together, but the A's were too much today for the Cardinals.
They were able to add 2 more runs in the 6th inning. Again, Bleday with a home run, a 2-run shot, and that was off of Sonny Gray, who ended up giving up 7 runs in the game. He took the loss, and he drops to 12-8 with the loss. The Cardinals have mostly won when Sonny pitches, but not here today. So at the time, it was 5-1. The Cardinals added a run in the bottom of the 6th inning. Mason Wynn, again, getting a hit with runners in scoring position.
Mason's battling. He has a couple of injuries that are bothering him, but you know what? He gives you a professional effort every time he comes out on the field, and today I thought was important. He gave us a chance once again, but we just couldn't have that big inning like we need to have more of.
So the Cardinals got closer, and then the big innings belonged to the Athletics. They scored 2 more in the 7th, 4 more in the 8th, as Ryan Fernandez and Roycroft gave up those 4 runs, and that's our final, 11-3. Again, the Marriott St. Louis Grand play of the game. And you can book your Grand Slam Cardinals ticket package today. Our final, 11-3 Athletics, 11 runs on 15 hits, no errors for the A's, 3 runs, 8 hits, and 3 errors for the Cardinals. I'll be back to wrap it up after this.
Kick off football season like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circus Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and no bet fees ever. Other books may charge you just to get on the field, but with Circus Sports, every play is yours to call. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Good morning, First Federal Savings Bank. How may I direct your call?
Speak with friendly, real people during lobby hours. It matters when you call First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. A real person located at the bank. Not a recording answers your call during lobby hours. Personal, friendly service makes a difference. 217-356-BANK.
Thank you for calling. Have a great day.
Rated 5-star superior by Bauer Financial, Inc. Fast, friendly, and local with local loan decisions and underwriting. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 435120.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Your number one sports bar and grill is Pia's. Head to 1609 West Springfield Avenue to watch all your favorite sports teams play on the big screen TVs as you enjoy great drink specials and the famous 10-ounce Slugger Burger. With the slot machines, darts, video, golf, and outdoor beer garden, meet your friends at Pia's. Since 1975, open mornings at 7 a.m., Sundays at 8. See you at Pia's.
Well, it's a rough day for the Cardinals here at Busch Stadium today, and really a beautiful day for baseball. 79 degrees at game time in front of 22,670 people here on Labor Day. A game that took 2 hours and 39 minutes to play, kind of a normal time there, but a lot of runs on Oakland's side as they had 4 different innings where they scored more than 1 run. 3 in the 4th, 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and 4 runs in the 8th inning en route to an 11-3 victory. 11 runs, 15 hits, no errors, 6 left for the Athletics, and the Cardinals had 3 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors, and 7 left. Home runs for Ivan Herrera on the Cardinals side. He hit his 12th. 2 home runs for J.J. Bleday, his 11th and his 12th. And Zach Geloff, who has been injured a lot of the year, he hit his 2nd home run of the year. As the Athletics are a very strong team. They showed it today as they just kept on hitting. Sonny Gray, Ryan Fernandez, Chris Roycroft pitched for the Cardinals. And the victory goes to Luis Morales, the young 22-year-old starter for the Athletics, who's now 3-0 with his win today. He struck out a career-high 8. Again, a short career, but 8 strikeouts today for him. And Sonny Gray, unfortunately, gave up 10 hits and 7 runs in his 6 innings of work. Sonny Gray drops to 12-8. So the Athletics are now 64-75 as they start their road trip. The Cardinals drop to 68-71 as we begin the month of September. The Cardinals and the Athletics will go at it again tomorrow. The right-hander Luis Severino, 6-11, will pitch for the Athletics. It'll be Miles Michaelis, 6-10, going for the Cardinals. Our pregame show begins at 5:50. Play-by-play at 6:35, and we do hope that you will join us tomorrow for Cardinals baseball. For John Rooney, who's on assignment today, for Mike Claiborne, for Jim Jackson, our producer-engineer, this is Ricky Horton saying good afternoon and happy Labor Day from Busch Stadium.
St. Louis Cardinals baseball has been brought to you by Budweiser, official beer sponsor of Major League Baseball. Crack open the game with Budweiser and enjoy unrivaled flavor and refreshment. By your quality Ford dealers, the official vehicles of the St. Louis Cardinals. By Schnucks. Earn 2% back on every purchase with the Schnucks Rewards app. by Shelter Insurance. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com to help you choose the coverage that fits just right for your auto, home, and life insurance. By Explore St. Louis. Learn all about the great things to do in St. Louis. Visit ExploreSt.Louis.com. By Central Bank, the hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. And by the Painting and Decorating Foundation. This is the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
That was not a great afternoon for the Cardinals. They end up losing the series opener against the A's. Final score today, A's win by an 11-3 score. Welcome in. It is the Mercy Cardinals postgame show here across the Cardinals Radio Network. Cardinals and A's were tight for a while, but then the A's were able to really pull away, scoring 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and then 4 more in the 8th. And all of a sudden, before you knew it, it was an 11-3 score. 12 strikeouts for Cardinals hitters today. All of a sudden, we are seeing them strike out a fair amount, which is you're going to see strikeouts in Major League Baseball for sure, but those numbers over the last 2 games are certainly notable for sure. We got a lot coming up on this edition of the Mercy Cardinals post-game show. We'll hear from Cardinals manager Oliver Marmol coming up in just a while. We'll try to get into the Cardinals clubhouse a bit. Up next, though, we're going to go back through the game with the highlights. This is the Mercy Cardinals post-game show on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
Doug. Limu and I always tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. But now, we want you to feel it. Cue the emu music, Limu.
Save yourself money today. Increase your wealth. Customize and save, we say.
That may have been too much feeling.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
6 iconic names, 2 bobbleheads, 1 unforgettable night. Join us Friday, September 5th as the Cardinals face off with the Giants and celebrate the 1985 National League Championship. That night, 20,000 fans 16 and older will take home one of 2 1985 triple bobbleheads, courtesy of Coca-Cola and Deerbirds. Whether it's the legendary Coleman, McGee, and Smith, or the iconic Tudor, Cox, and Andujar, you won't want to miss your chance to get this unique triple bobblehead. Tickets are available at cardinals.com/promotions.
At Freedom Roofing, they stand for quality, integrity, and the American way. Locally owned and built on trust, they take pride in protecting what matters most, your home. Their expert team delivers top-notch craftsmanship with unbeatable customer service because you deserve nothing less. When storms hit or roofs age, call the name that stands for strength. Freedom Roofing, proudly serving our community because your roof should be as strong as the country we call home. Freedom Roofing, built on trust, powered by integrity. Visit freedomchampagne.com. You've heard about the doggy bag, right? From Bulldog Disposal Muhammad, a 6 cubic yard canvas bag that can be used for easy cleanup instead of a big dumpster. The one-time use bag is now available and you can save the delivery charge. Get the doggy bag at Do It Best Hardware in Champaign at 107 West Springfield. So fill up the bag, call Bulldog Disposal, have it disposed of, and you'll be organized. Go to bulldoggybag.com for all the details. That's bulldoggybag.com.
You know, with like Lands Inc., we specialize in, we've got an amazing HVAC department that takes care of your furnace, you know, your heat system, air conditioning, they do that.
Yeah.
And for us in Underground, we take care of all your pipes that come into your home, leave your home, and work around your home to keep it dry, you know, your drainage system, sump pumps, things like that. And exactly what you said, if you don't know, you know, a couple decades ago, it was more like, oh, something broke, go fix it, repair it, no big deal. Well, now with the technology, we have cameras, like you said, that we can come in on these Orange Comfort Clubs, and we can camera your sewer lines underneath your house and check them out just to make sure they're fine. If there's something wrong with it, we can show you right then truth is in seeing it.
Yeah.
We show it to you, and then you can plan as a homeowner for making those repairs or dealing with that issue later on. If it's an immediate need, at least you're not caught off surprise.
That sewer camera inspection with a proper clean out. I was just learning more at landsinc.com.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
11-3, the final as the Cardinals lose to the A's today. Welcome back in. It is the Mercy Cardinals postgame show here across the Cardinals radio network. Let's go back to the game with the highlights. Yeah, we got to do it. Starting pitching matchup today, Sonny Gray, the former A, going for the Cardinals. Luis Morales makes the start for the Athletics. In the top of the first inning, the A's would certainly make a little bit of noise. Lawrence Butler would walk. Jacob Wilson would get a base hit. Runners on first and second. Nobody out for Brent Rooker.
A big lead, not going again. That ball's hit into center field. And a play is made by Church, a diving play in center field. I thought he was going to fake as if he would catch it, and then he actually caught it.
Yeah, it was one heck of a catch right there for sure for the first out. Tyler Soderstrom would strike out. That would bring up Daryl Hernandez, and he would walk, so that loads the bases for Colby Thomas.
First pitch to him is hit in the air to center field, and that should stay in the ballpark, and it does. Backing up his Church, he makes the play, and that's how he gets out of it. One pitch, one fly ball to the center fielder, and that takes care of the Athletics.
They leave him loaded there in the top of the first, bottom of the first. Lars Nootbaar would get to second. He would get his first hit of the day. He had a pretty good offensive day. He would be pushed up to second, but would be stranded there. No scores. We go to the second and eventually into the third inning as well. In the third, the A's would go down pretty quietly. 2 quick outs for Sonny Gray, and he faces off against Brent Rooker.
Waits on Gray's next pitch. In the dirt, gets away, nothing doing there. They say, did he well go around? They say, yes, he did. So he's down on strikes. 1-2-3 inning again for Sonny Gray.
So that would bring us to the fourth inning, and in the fourth inning, the A's, they would strike first. Hernandez with one out would get a base hit. A throwing error on a pickoff attempt would push him forward. Colby Thomas would then fly out, and that would bring up J.J. Bleday.
Pitch on the way to him. He lines one into right field. Jordan Walker is back. He turns. He's at the wall, but you better get a new one out because J.J. Bleday just hit a 2-run homer. That ball just continued to drift and drift and drift. And he hit it right over the Equifax sign in right field. First pitch swinging for him, and now the A's have a 2-0 lead.
And they would add to that lead very quickly. Next hitter, Zach Geloff.
Another pitch from Sonny Gray. There's a fly ball in the right field. Jordan Walker's going back. He's at the track, and that one's gone. Back-to-back home runs by the A's. It's 3-0.
Yeah, so they get those 2 home runs there. As Clabe said, a 3-0 game. The Cardinals get one of those runs back. However, in the bottom of the fourth inning, the leadoff hitter in the inning is Ivan Herrera.
We watched the first pitch to Ivan Herrera. He turns on a pitch way out of here. Big Mac land. Goes Ivan Herrera to put the Cardinals on the board on the first pitch. And oh, by the way, he hits 340 swinging at the first pitch.
So that makes it a 3-1 game. It would stay that way until the 6th when the A's start to open it up a bit. The inning gets started with the leadoff hitter, Daryl Hernandez.
Because he's the Virginia guy here.
There's a hard hit ball past Nolan Gorman down the left field line, and that's going to go to the wall. He tried to get it on the backhand, couldn't come up with it, and Hernandez leads off the 6th inning with a double.
Brings up Colby Thomas.
The 1-1 pitch to him is hit up the middle, and it's a base hit past the diving Sajasi. Charging hard is Church. His throw to the plate is cut off. Play at second base, not in time. As Contreras actually got the throw to second, and they kept the tag on him, and he is out. As Mason Wynn was able to hold the tag on him, and we'll see if that goes or not.
It did. It was a really good play by Mason Wynn to keep the tag applied to Thomas. So the first out of the inning is made on the bases. The next hitter after that, and that cost the A's a run because J.J. Bleday would do this.
Thomas did the right thing driving in a run. There's a long one to right. J.J. Bleday has homered for the second time, and that one was long gone. His 12th of the year. And it's now 5-1 Athletics.
And the sixth inning already, Blade was already having himself quite the day. Zach Geloff would then get a base hit, so he's on after the home run and brings up Willie McIver.
Pitch to McIver is a called strike 3. Sonny strikes him out on the outside corner.
So that's the second out. The first out made on the bases, second out on a strikeout, and then here comes Zach Geloff is on, and with Lawrence Butler at the plate, Butler would not really get the opportunity to swing the bat.
There goes the runner. The pitch is outside. The throw to second base, and he's going to be out. He's off the bag. He stole the base, Geloff did, but his foot did not hang on the bag.
So I don't know if I've ever seen that before, where 2 outs in a single inning were both because of a runner over sliding the second base bag. Neither Thomas or Geloff could hold the bag when they were going to second, and the Cardinals were able to keep those tags applied. So those were 2 of the 3 outs. 2 runs on 4 hits in the sixth inning, and it's a 5-1 A's lead. Cardinals would get one of those runs back in the bottom of the sixth. Lars Nootbaar leads the inning off with a base hit, and Ivan Herrera walk would put runners on at first and second. A Nolan Gorman fielder's choice would put runners on at first and third. Herrera, the runner, out at second. That brings up Mason Wynn.
Next pitch is hit up the middle, base hit. And that's going to score a run. And the play at second base by Luis Morales just saved a second run from scoring. But Wynn delivers again with runners in scoring position, and it's now 5-2 Athletics.
Yeah, that was a really good point by Ricky in the sense that you had the runner over go, just the way that play played out, where on the fielder's choice, the throw going to second as opposed to first from the pitcher resulted in one less run being on the board. So that was a good job. Luis Morales on that fielder's choice was the one who threw, and he made the out over at second base. So the base hit for Mason Wynn turned into just a single run scoring as opposed to 2 if they probably would have gone to first on that play. Speaking of Morales, his day would be over. Justin Sterner comes on. 2 on for the Cardinals. Thomas Sajaci at the plate.
Here comes the 3-2 to Sajaci, and he pops it up into shallow right field. The second baseman backing up. Geloff backpedals and makes the play, and the inning comes to a close.
Yeah, missed opportunity for the Cardinals, leaving 2 on as they tried to answer more than just with the 1 run, but they do get the 1, so it still stays a somewhat manageable deficit, down by a 5-2 score. But the A's get going again in their half of the 7th inning. Lawrence Butler, the leadoff hitter, walks, then Jacob Wilson gets a base hit. Runners on at first and third for Brent Rooker.
In the Cardinal bullpen, and Rooker hits one in the right center field. That ball is going to be at the wall. It's going to bounce off the wall. 2 runs will score, but now they say it bounces over the wall, so a ground rule double. 1 run scores. Brett Rooker finds himself at second.
Jacob Wilson was at third. It ends the day for Sonny Gray. On comes Ryan Fernandez. He faces Tyler Soderstrom.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle for a base hit. 1 run will score, as he was able to guide that ball just beyond the glove of Mason Wynn, who made a diving attempt. But another run is scored, and it's now 7-2.
But they would get out of it with 1 out in the inning. Colby Thomas comes up to the plate.
He waits on the first pitch, turns, hits it to Nolan Gorman. Over the second for 1. Can they get 2? Yes, they do. Good play. Very good play, turning that double play.
So it's a 2-run 7th for the A's, and they lead by a 7-2 score. They keep going in the 8th. They put it away in the 8th inning. J.J. Bleday leads the inning off by reaching on a fielding error by Thomas Sajaci, brings up Zach Geloff.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's a hard hit ball. That's going to be a hit. No question about that. It's into the left field corner, and it bounces over the wall. Ground rule double, and Zach Geloff has homered, singled, and doubled in the last 5 innings of this game.
Yeah, it's pretty good, maybe couple days for a guy, and he does it in 3 innings, but that's the way it was. So Geloff, the ground rule double. Bleday is at third for Willie McIver, who has an RBI ground out. It scores Bleday. Next hitter after that is Lawrence Butler.
Here's a base hit to right field. My goodness, another run's going to score as Butler hits one into the right field area, and scoring from second base is Geloff, and another run for the A's here in the 8th inning. It's now 9-2.
Ends the day for Ryan Fernandez. On comes Chris Roycroft, who was called up as a September call-up. First batter he faces Jacob Wilson. He doubles. That pushes Butler to third. A Brent Rooker ground out is the next play, and then it brings up Tyler Soderstrom.
And Soderstrom at the plate, and he lines a hit into left center field. That's going to score 2 more. Soderstrom's heading into second base, and the play there, and he is safe at the bag, and he's able to hang on, as the A's have not hung on to the bag a couple of times here in this game, but that time he did, and Soderstrom picks up 2 more RBIs. He has 3 of them, and it's 11-2 Athletics.
4 runs on 4 hits there in the 8th inning for the A's. That would finish off their run scoring at 11. The Cardinals, they would get 1 more run. It would come in the 9th inning. Thomas Sajaci led the inning off with a double, and that would bring up the pinch hitter, Jose Fermin.
Pitch to Fermin is lined in the left field. That's a hit going towards the corner. And rounding third, coming home is Sajaci as the Cardinals pick up a run here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
But that would be as close as the Cardinals would get. They lose by an 11-3 score. The A's with the win go to 64-75. Cardinals drop to 68-71. Winning totals for the A's, 11 runs, 15 hits, no errors. They leave 6. For the Cardinals, 3 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors. They leave 7. Winning pitcher Morales, 3-0. The loss to Gray, he is 12-8. Home runs hit in the game. Blade, his 11th and 12th. Geloff, his 2nd for the Cardinals. Herrera, his 12th. A game that goes 2 hours and 39 minutes. 22,670 tickets sold today at Busch Stadium. Cardinals lose to the A's 11-3. We'll come back and we'll hear from Cardinals manager Oliver Marmol. That's in just a moment. This is the Mercy Cardinals postgame show on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar.
Experience the excitement of Live by Lowe's St. Louis Hotel at Ballpark Village. Stay in laid-back luxury across from Busch Stadium and just a short walk to Enterprise Center. Enjoy plenty of dining options, including Clark and Bourbon, a classic steakhouse that features its very own whiskey room. Gather with friends al fresco at the Bullock, steps above the plaza. Pre, post, or during a game at this casual chic outdoor terrace. Add handcrafted cocktails and terrific views of Busch Stadium and Ballpark Village, and it's a home run. Sports and entertainment come alive at Live by Lowe's St. Louis.
Baseball is all about stepping up to the plate when it matters most. And when you've been injured, you need a heavy hitter in your corner. At Morgan & Morgan, we don't back down. We fight to get you every dollar you deserve. No curveballs, no strikeouts, just results. That's why we've recovered over $25 billion for our clients and fight for them from offices nationwide. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Proud sponsor of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World Command Center.
Paul, we have extreme heat warning. Summer 2025 is a hot one in Champaign-Urbana.
That's trouble for garage refrigerators.
One just went down in Rantoul. They need delivery right away, Paul.
Put them on for tomorrow. What's going on down here in Fisher?
It's a window air conditioner going out.
Can't have that. Good thing we deliver and install window ACs. We have plenty in stock.
Garage freezer NB man. Customer wants a technician out right away. She's afraid her beef is thawing.
Hate it when that happens. We have a tech in the area. Send Nate right over.
Copy that.
Team is like we talk about. At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, we know what hot weather can do to home appliances. More importantly, we're always ready for the heat with fast, friendly repair service and delivery, plus the largest selection of appliances in Champaign-Urbana.
Paul, customer in Muhammad, needs a portable dehumidifier ASAP. Says his tools are rusting out from the humidity.
That can happen. We have dehumidifiers for pickup or fast delivery. Remember, at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, you get the whole store.
Wow!
When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
It's great when hard work and experience are recognized. Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. I am thrilled to share that Fisher National has been ranked 7th in the nation as a top lender in mortgage loans among banks with asset size of $300 million to $1 billion by our National Banking Association. This recognition is a testament to our lending team's dedication and expertise. After all, better banking experiences start with local people and local decision making. If you're in the market for a new home or considering refinancing your existing home, let our team at Fisher National Bank earn your business and trust. We offer competitive rates with low closing costs, and we locally service almost all of our loans. Come see us with all your home mortgage needs and experience the top-notch service that has earned us national recognition. Learn more at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today.
Fisher National Bank, exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
11-3, the Cardinals end up losing today to the A's, opening up a 3-game series. It's the Mercy Cardinals postgame show here across the Cardinals Radio Network. Cardinals had 8 hits today. 3 of them came from Lars Nootbaar, batting out of the leadoff spot. He had a nice day. He goes 3 for 4. He scores a run. He's the only Cardinal with more than 1 hit today. So that was good to see. I'd like Nootbaar to be able to finish this final month of the season on a bit of an offensive tear if possible. Sonny Gray certainly not the kind of day he was looking for. He went 6 innings, 7 runs on 10 hits. 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. And after the game, Cardinals manager Oliver Marmol talked a little about Sonny and the hard contact that certainly hurt him in this game.
No, that's exactly it. You're spot on. You look at not just Sonny, our staff in general. We don't have a ton of swing in this end zone. You're facing a team that is they are the most aggressive team as far as swing rate, and they got guys with some pretty good power. So not letting Sonny get to 2 strikes is a good game plan. These guys did exactly that. A lot of contact you're talking about happens within the first 2 pitches of an at-bat. So he got ahead of 27 out of 30, and usually that's a good thing. A team like this, man, they do a nice job of making you pay for it. So, yeah.
Those are 19 and 9 this year with so many pitches, but the home run ball, is that concerning? 13 after the All-Star break last year, 13 after the All-Star break this year, is that alarming at all?
No, there's more to it than that. So my short answer, not entirely. Yeah.
Yesterday in Cincinnati, you talked about how Polanco might have more walks to chase a striker. Is there something similar there with Sonny and the runs as he kind of tries to maybe counterpunch an aggressive team? Did something happen? Is there anything comparable there?
No, he left some pitches over the plate and they hit it a long ways. This is an aggressive team. He was in the zone, and they didn't let him get to what he does well, which is 2 strikes and get swing and miss on the sweeper. Yeah.
A couple plays versus JC and second today.
Yeah.
How do you take it?
Yeah, we need to get better. I mean, bottom line, this is a guy that's going to have to continue to play good defense and take gritty at-bats and be a well-rounded player. So we need to keep working. That's all we can do. He's going to play a little bit short. He's going to play some second. And we need to do everything we can to continue to make progress there. So, yeah.
Talk about how important it is for Lars to finish strong. He had 3 more hits.
Yeah, and I like the approach. He wasn't trying to do a whole lot. Was able to cover in, stay the other way on that last one. So we're continuing to see that, where he's taking what the game's given him and not just thinking pull side, which will make him a more well-rounded hitter. But he's done a nice job. He really has.
How much of what you're saying from the lineup is just kind of the absences catching?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the punch-outs over the last 2 days, they're through the roof. When you remove Donovan doesn't punch out, Burleson doesn't punch out, Nato doesn't punch out, and you replace it with guys that do, then you have exactly what happened yesterday. You have what happened today, and you have a bunch of guys proving that if they belong in the big leagues. So you continue to give them opportunity and allow them to do exactly that.
That's Cardinals manager Oliver Marmol speaking with the media a few moments ago. Cardinals lose to the A's by an 11-3 score. We'll hear from Sonny Gray. He's up next as we continue with the Mercy Cardinals postgame show in just a moment on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar.
1967, 1982, 2006, 2011. The best Cardinal teams work together in a way that makes everything seem easy and effortless. You'll get the same winning feeling from Sumner One, the official document technology partner of the St. Louis Cardinals. From printers to copiers to Total IT Solutions, they're the team you can trust to get everything working together seamlessly. Sumner One is the one place where everything works. See them in action at SumnerOne.com.
Life is full of moments, both big and small, each a chapter in your own unique story. Through the everyday and extraordinary, First Mint is here to help shape every page. Beyond banking services alone, we're a valued partner and advisor with the guidance and resources for living your best life. So, whether you're buying groceries, budgeting your dream kitchen, planning for retirement, or protecting your life's work, think First. First Mint. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group's Diana Foltz, recent recipient of Champaign County's Realtor of the Year.
Diana, how do you know you've been successful?
I know that when we are invited to personal events in their lives, first birthday parties, weddings, gatherings, we know that we've been more than just their realtor. We know that we've made these relationships deep and that it goes beyond just the sale of the house. And it speaks a lot to what we want, which is to serve our clients and to, be more friends than just a realtor.
Why do you like what you do?
I really enjoy helping either a buyer or seller to get to the next chapter. And they're relying on Reggie and I to help them achieve their next goal.
You're their realtor.
We're their realtor. It's Taylor Foltz team, Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group. You can find me on the internet at dianafoltz.com. Cell phone number is 217-840-4133. And my email is diana@dianafoltz.com.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
Jets is hiring. Call 217-352-9992 or stop into 1907 West Springfield Avenue near Round Barn in Champaign. Jets is open till 10 p.m., Fridays and Saturdays till midnight. Are you looking for a side hustle? Here's Josh from Jets talking about the benefits of doing deliveries.
When I was a delivery driver, it was amazing how much the actual amount of money I had just shot right up. It's hard to describe. You have money in your pocket every single day.
For details on joining the team, visit jetspizza.com.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
The annual St. Louis Art Fair in Clayton runs September 5th through the 7th. Enjoy art from across the nation as well as music, kids' activities, and culinary treats. Visit ExploreSt.Louis.com to learn more. Scores today of note from around the NL Central. First, Reds, they beat the Blue Jays by a 5-4 score. In progress right now, the Cubs trail at home to the Braves 6-1. That game in the bottom of the 5th inning, while the Brewers lead the Phillies 5-3. That game is in the top of the 5th. The Pirates are not playing today. Other games of note from the National League. The Mets beat the Tigers 10-8, so a good day for the Mets as they continue to try to keep hold of that final wild card spot in the National League. The Giants and Rockies, Giants lead 6-0. That game is in the middle of the 5th inning. In our game, the Cardinals lose to the A's by an 11-3 score. Sonny Gray spoke with the media a few moments ago, and he was a little bit frustrated with the way things went down today.
Hurt more than normal because I felt really good. I felt my stuff was coming out good. I felt like I felt good. So that's kind of what. It's kind of one of those that it leaves you a little not baffling because you kind of know what happened. Right. But at the same time, a little more frustrating because you did feel like you had some decent stuff and weren't able to do anything with it.
A lot of the damage came early in counts. I think Ali mentioned that they're more aggressive than anybody else in the big leagues. Or how do you kind of counteract that?
Well, stay out of the middle of the plate, and I definitely didn't do that. I kind of stayed across early in the count, stayed across the middle of the plate. And then they didn't miss. So stay out of the middle of the plate, mix your hand, stay out of the middle of the plate. And I mixed my hand. I thought fine, just maybe just too many strikes in the middle of the plate early.
So this team's 19-9 when you start this season, but the home runs, is there a common thread that you're seeing with balls leaving the park?
No.
Different stuff, different places, location?
I'm not sure.
When you look at your start versus Pittsburgh, similar to the A's, very aggressive approach from the offense, but different results. Does this just go down to location and execution?
Yeah, like I did a good job of staying out of the middle of the plate early. Last game, this game, it just felt like I was more over the middle of the plate in the first probably 2 pitches of the at-bat, and they didn't miss them. Without looking at it any more than that, that's just kind of what it felt like.
Sonny, as Katie mentioned, there's back-to-back teams that are pretty aggressive pitching. How do you flip the script? You've seen how many faced aggressive teams before. What do you do to counter that usually?
I think you stay out of the middle of the plate.
Did you feel good you got out of the first inning? There was some traffic, but you were able to pitch out of it. Did you get a little boost out of that?
Yeah, as I said, I felt great, and that's the thing that makes this a little more frustrating than, just you don't feel good and you get kind of hit around. But I felt good. The ball was coming out of my hand hot. I just think I just left too many balls over the middle of the plate.
That is Sonny Gray speaking to the media just a few moments ago as the Cardinals end up losing to the A's 11-3. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up this edition of the program. That's up next. This is the Mercy Cardinals postgame show on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar.
Cardinals fans know some of the best teammates have 4 legs. And when your furry MVP tracks in mud, spills water, or sheds like crazy, you need carpet that can keep up. LifeProof with pet-proof technology is soft, stylish, and built to handle whatever life throws your way. It's tough enough for extra innings and only at Home Depot. Fetch yours today or learn more at homedepot.com/petproofcarpet.
Hyatt Regency St. Louis, close to everything. Just 3 blocks from Busch Stadium and right next to the Gateway Arch. Swing by Brew House Historical Sports Bar, located inside Hyatt Regency St. Louis for pregame fare and postgame celebration before and after every Cardinals game. Driving in? Park with ease in the heart of downtown with our Park and Stay package. Enjoy valet parking for 1 standard size vehicle per room per night. Don't strike out. Book this exclusive offer today with code 89937 at HyattRegencySt.Louis.com.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Your number 1 sports bar and grill is Pia's. Head to 1609 West Springfield Avenue to watch all your favorite sports teams play on the big screen TVs as you enjoy great drink specials and the famous 10-ounce Slugger Burger. With the slot machines, darts, video, golf, and outdoor beer garden, meet your friends at Pia's. Since 1975, open mornings at 7 a.m., Sundays at 8. See you at Pia's.
All right, so let's talk about it. What about Gail Frericks Trucking? How are you with drivers, et cetera? How's it going?
Hey, we're coming down to the time where we're going to get some grain going in the fields. Our regional over-the-road trucks are pretty well full, but what we do is have a couple of spots that we bring in some new people to start out hauling the grain out of the field. They're home every night. They make good money, and they work a lot over 6 or 7 weeks. That's all dictated by the weather, so if the weather's good on the weekend, we're going. And then those people just transition into a regional job when the grain's done.
Awesome. Need good people for that, for sure.
Yep, need 2 or 3 good people for that. We'll be starting here in probably 3 or 4 weeks.
How do you get that process started, Tim Onstadt?
They can get me at TIMO@GFTLOG.com. They can call the office at 765-793-7131.
And you hit number 4 for that
hit
auto
attendant.
attendant.
Number 4 on the auto attendant, yeah.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Well, a game, if you're the Cardinals, you try to put into the rearview mirror as quickly as possible, and that's one of the wonderful things about the game of baseball. More often than not, you're playing again the next day, and that's going to happen with the Cardinals. We'll preview that in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at our saves leaderboard. It is being brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if my computer would agree with me, I would be able to tell you exactly where things are right now. Now I can. Kansas City's Carlos Estevez once again has taken the major league lead in saves with 36. San Diego's Robert Suarez second on that list at 35, and then Seattle's Andres Munoz has 32. It's the saves leaderboard, and it's brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you. All right, so the Cardinals and the A's will play game 2 of this series coming up tomorrow. It is our special Champions Club broadcast. Going to be looking forward to that as John Rooney, the voice of the Cardinals, will be back, and everybody's going to be part of this thing coming up tomorrow. It's going to be a whole lot of fun as it's one of the special nights of the year for us on the radio broadcast. On the field, it's going to be Miles Michaelis on the mound for the Cardinals. The right-hander is 6-10 with a 5.04 ERA. Righty Luis Severino is going to make the start for the A's. 6-11 this year and a 4.82 ERA. 6:45 first pitch. That means our coverage is going to begin at 5:50. For the voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney, who was on assignment, Ricky Horta and Mike Claiborne had the call of the game. Tom Ackerman had the pregame show. Jim Jackson was our on-site engineer, while Daniel Hinkamp was our studio producer engineer, and Kyle Sixto was the booth assistant and also the clubhouse reporter. For all those folks, I'm Matt Pauley, thanking you for being tuned in to the broadcast this afternoon. Cardinals lose by an 11-3 score, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow night for more Cardinals baseball across the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar.
For me, it just became the love of it. Like, I never cared for the tips. I've never cared for the money. I've always told people I would do this hourly if I could, because for free or voluntary, just because I love it. For me, it's not something you just go out there, work a couple hours, make some good money, and go home. And they actually enjoy speaking with fans. I enjoy learning from fans. You know, I might see a fan I know every single game, and you know they want the same exact beer. Having a conversation started like that, making friends outside of work, it's just more than a job to a lot of us, especially me.
If it sounds heartfelt, it's because it is. And if you watched him work, you would see that attitude in practice. This guy, he's going to miss this for reasons that go well beyond a paycheck. And, you know, I asked him about the situation with the A's, obviously, with this place closing down essentially after this season. And, you know, I asked him, what about this building? What are people missing about what that Coliseum means to someone like you?
They're missing the heart of it, because it's like, we love this stadium. We don't care if it's falling apart. We know we don't care about none of that. It's our home. This is all we have. And, you know, in the city of Oakland, it's a saying, you know, Oakland can't have nothing. And this is what we have. This is the only thing that, sorry, I'm getting a little teary-eyed. This is the only thing that a lot of us have to go to express ourselves, to go to feel free to cheer our team on, to seeing Raiders try to make the playoffs, or seeing the A's in the playoffs with 50,000 fans there. Like that's the heart. You know, those outside folks, they don't see what we see. They don't have the same support that we built here.
You know, on the night of July 22nd, most of these Coliseum workers, whether they be vendors or stadium ops employees or even the incredibly good groundskeeping crew, they were told by the A's in an email that they will be out of a job at season's end. And this comes after an already big decrease in the workforce over the past couple years to account for the lack of attendance.
A lot of things are going to be lost. It's 3 sports teams. You can't change that. The kids, where are they going to have to go to? What's going to happen afterwards? In my opinion, I really don't think it's good, because where are these people going to work? Where are the concession workers that's been there for 40, 50 years going to go?
That's heartbreaking. That said, Tim, as we get closer to the final game at the Coliseum, something that I don't want to say looking forward to attending, but will be honored to be in the place for, considering how historic it's going to be. What kind of headspace is everyone in the Bay in right now?
Well, you know, it's the fans I talk to say they kind of have these milestones, you know, like these pins on a timeline, And one of them was September. Like they said, September hits, this is going to be real. We're going to have less than a month of A's baseball left. And, you know, I tried to get a sense of where people are. And, you know, obviously everyone's at a different place with the pervading sense that everyone is sad, right? I mean, that's mainly they're sad or they're angry. You know, when the team announced that it was moving temporarily to West Sacramento or Sacramento, it's actually in West Sacramento, but they, you know, I was there at their press conference and I talked to Dave Cavell afterward and he said to me, the rest of this season is going to be dedicated to celebrating the team's 56 years in Oakland. And so, you know, I wanted to ask these people, I wanted to ask people like Brian and Jenny, like, what are they seeing? This celebration that he talked about, what are they seeing as they get close to the end? Has it felt like a celebration to you?
No, not at all. There's been absolutely zero celebration. It's like they haven't touched it with a 10-foot pole. They won't touch it. They won't at all try to figure out some sort of way to leave with a little bit of grace or dignity.
So what you see in the ballpark, Clinton, right now, the only way you really know that this is the end of something is by, you know, video montages of history on the screens before games, that don't ever address directly the end of baseball in Oakland. They'll bring some alumni in on Sundays and they'll sign autographs for an hour and then they'll throw out the first pitch. But you know, beyond that, you really wouldn't be able to tell that this is this epic event.
I don't see that as celebrating Oakland, like Oakland itself, the time here in Oakland. They're not living up to that end of the deal at all.
If you had, say, 30 seconds alone with John Fisher, what would you tell him?
Nothing I could say here. Like, this has been our lives and you're pulling it out from under us. So we just want an explanation why you couldn't make it work, why you couldn't stick with that plan when everything was kind of finally coming together.
If I had 30 seconds alone with John Fisher, what would I tell him? I would tell him just to stay in Oakland. Don't leave. Think about what you're doing to us. Think about what you're taking away from these kids. Think about all the workers that have been faithful and loyal. Build and keep building. We just had 50,000 people. 50,000 in the playoff game, the most ever. So why not keep that same team? Why tear them apart the next year on purpose?
There's nothing I could say to that man that could ever change his mind or his feelings about what he's done. He said it himself. It's been harder for him than it is for anybody else. You can't change a person's mind that thinks like that.
There's definitely passion there. You know, different people express it either less or more colorfully. But I do think that the sentiment is like, you know, we've done everything to try to show our loyalty. Where's yours? So those sentiments that these fans will leave with is just ushering in what is about to be probably the messiest relocation of our lifetimes. The A's are going to play 3 years in a minor league stadium in Sacramento starting next season. They've got this deal to build a ballpark on 9 acres in Las Vegas. That is still up in the air. That deal is not complete. They don't have their financing out. They don't have complete renderings of the stadium. To throw the Vegas metaphor out there, this is a real gamble, what John Fisher and the A's are doing. And I think the question that we have to ask is, when you look at the financial side of this, and when you look at all the challenges inherent in relocating not once, but twice in 3 or 4 years, does this make sense?
I think this is an absolute own goal for John Fisher, right? He has really managed to seize
defeat from the jaws of victory here. I will be very surprised if John Fisher comes out happy from whatever this deal works out to be, whether it's in Las Vegas or Sacramento or someplace else.
That is where we will leave it until next time, Tim. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Clinton.
As we were wrapping production on this episode, we received a response from the Athletics. When asked what the team owes Oakland and its fans, they said in part, quote, "We are deeply grateful to Oakland for being home to the A's for nearly 60 years, end quote. They went on to say, "We appreciate the community members, local leaders and staff who have worked diligently to build a new home in Oakland, and applaud the fans who passionately advocated for the team to stay. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to the loyal fans for their unwavering support throughout the years." The full statement is available in today's episode description. Death of a Sports Town Part 4, which examines whether this move will actually benefit the A's, will publish in this feed next Tuesday, followed a week later by our on-the-ground report. We're hitting the road, folks, from Oakland's final Major League Baseball game. And if you need to find parts 1 and 2, we've posted links in today's episode description. I'm Clinton Yates. This has been ESPN Daily. We'll talk to you tomorrow, kiddos.
You have cancer. There's nothing you can do to prepare yourself.
Round 1 of chemotherapy. I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna survive. There's no way I'm gonna let this take over me.
Cancer doesn't care what you look like, who you are.
It may not save my life. It may save my children's lives. It may save someone you love.
You ready to get this cancer about you? Let's do it.
Live. Fight like hell. And when you get too tired to fight, let somebody else fight for you.
That's what you say to me, say to me.
Because of all the donations.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
The Champaign Parks Foundation, with support from GHR Engineers, Christie Clinic Illinois Race Weekend, and Lynn Ryle, invites you to join them for their 3rd annual Ties and Tinnies Gala on Thursday, September 4th at the iHotel. This year's event is headlined by Fighting Illini women's basketball coach Shauna Green. Attendees can also expect drinks, a plated dinner, a silent auction, and more. Help the Champaign Parks Foundation reach its fundraising goal of $125,000. Get more details now at champaignparks.org.
When the storm rolls in, where will you go? Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your family with a custom storm shelter from Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services. At Berg Tanks, their shelters are fiberglass and plate steel safe rooms that can be installed in your garage or exterior, in ground, or on a concrete pad. Built to withstand the toughest storms, giving you a safe, secure place when you need it most. Whether you need a compact unit for a small space or a larger shelter for the whole family, they've got you covered. Their expert team handles everything from excavation to installation so you can have peace of mind before the next storm strikes. Berg Septic also specializes in septic pumping, new system installation, grease trap cleanings, repairs, and maintenance plans to keep your home running smoothly. Call Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services today at 217-367-8632 or visit them online at bergtanksinc.com. That's BERGtanksinc.com.
School is starting, but you can still swim. Crystal Lake Park Family Aquatic Center. With lap swim hours, the usual time Monday through Friday, weekend swims from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Cool off after school during schools in session hours from 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. The last day to swim in the outdoor pool is Labor Day, September 1st. For more information, visit urbanaparks.org.
PDR Automotive has now been serving the Champaign-Urbana area for over 50 years. To give you some perspective, 50 years ago ended the U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War, and it was when Secretariat won the Triple Crown. So what does that mean for you and your vehicle? Whether you need a carburetor overhauled or your new vehicle computer system diagnosed or programmed, PDR Automotive has the experienced, knowledgeable staff that can handle all your automotive needs. Online at pdrauto.com, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. And what about Dixie Chopper? What do you got? Dedicated diesel.
The best prices you'll ever get on a Dixie Chopper. I'm looking at right now the list of a classic. The regular retails for $18,200. We're going to sell it for $12,500.
What?
Yep.
You're doing commercial. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah, we're gonna sell some of these things and move them out. A $7,500 Z2. We're going to get rid of for $5,000.
Man.
$20,000 Eagle. 72